the chapter we are going to learn is going to be reflection of light. So, what do I exactly mean by reflection? What does this reflection actually mean? Just wait, I'll enlarge this video out. So, what does reflection actually mean? Reflection is the return of light into the same medium after striking a surface. So, let's understand this. So, reflection is the return of light into same medium after striking a surface. Say, take a beam of light. After a light strikes a surface and it returns in the same medium, then let it be solid, liquid, gas. In the same medium, when it returns back, it is called as the reflection. I hope you understood. So, this reflection took place by a mirror. So, what is mirror? Mirror is a glass plate which is silvered and polished from one side very finely. A glass plate is taken, and from one side it is nicely polished and it is silvered, and a coating is put on it. So that part becomes the opaque part which has the color, as you can see it on the screen. And the other side which is there, because of the polishing on the behind side, it becomes the reflecting surface, the mirror. So in this way, a mirror is actually made. So we have here some terms which are related to reflection. First one is the incident ray. The incident ray is the ray of light that strikes the mirror. The reflected ray. The reflected ray is the ray of light that is actually reflected. That means after striking, then it returns. That returned ray is the reflected ray. This you can also call it as the ray which returns after reflection, obtained after reflection. So that is the reflected ray. Then you have the point of incidence. The point of incidence is actually the point of incidence is the point where the incident ray strikes on the mirror surface. So here the incident ray is actually striking at this point. So this point is the point of incidence on the mirror. Then you have the normal. Normal is actually the perpendicular drawn on the point of incidence. This is usually taken to denote the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Then you have the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is the angle that is actually made by the normal and the angle of this incident ray. So this angle is the angle of reflection. Some children take this as the angle of reflection, that incidence, that is wrong. Then the reflection angle, the angle of reflection is the angle formed in between reflected ray and the normal. So that's the angle of reflection. Here we have some laws of reflection. So what does the first law of reflection say? Angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. That means this blue angle is going to be equal to the red angle. And the second law says that incident ray, reflected ray and the normal, all these three lie at the same point, that is the point of incidence. Regular and irregular reflection. So, regular reflection actually occurs when a beam of light falls on a smooth and polished surface. Incident ray and reflected rays are parallel to each other, and the rays are reflected on one fixed direction, as you can see it on the screen over here. All the incident rays are parallel to each other, and they are falling on a very smooth surface. On obeying the laws of reflection, they again go back with the same direction and same angle. So therefore, this is regular reflection. But irregular reflection, or the diffuse reflection, what we call it as, is again, it obeys the laws of reflection, but the normal which is there, it changes because the points on the surface are rough. Therefore, for this ray which is there, the normal is going to be this. Therefore, the normal is going to be this. Therefore, it is moving like that. For this ray, the normal is like this on that point. So therefore, the normal ray is moving like that in the angle of reflection. Therefore, these irregular reflection that rays which are there, they move in different directions. What if diffuse reflection was not there? Then the rough surface which was there, it would have been looked very smooth, and what inconvenience that can cause we all know. So, what will happen when the incident ray actually is a normal itself? The reflection of normal incidence, that is called as. The incident ray angle of incidence is 0. Why? Because the ray which is there coming is actually on the normal itself. So the angle between normal and that ray is going to be 0. Therefore, reflected ray also, the angle of reflection also becomes 0 only. And when both have been becoming 0, they retrace their own path. The formation of images. You have two types of images that are formed: real image and a virtual image. Real image is formed actually when the actual intersection of rays, light rays, reflected light rays take place. But virtual image is formed when the rays just seem to be meeting, or when they are produced behind, then they are met. But they actually don't meet. That is apparent meeting. Then real image can be obtained on a screen. Means if an image is formed, if you hold a screen over there, you can see that. But virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. A real image is inverted. That means it is upside down, but the virtual image is upright and erect. As it is, you will see that. So with this we learned about reflection and mirror. So in the next module we will be learning about the image formation by plane mirror. Thank you.